I have got to climb this wall today. I get the question often about why I go alone.
Unfortunately, the Public Lands Information Office in Bishop is closed. So in case you're keeping score over my videos, there's not a wilderness ranger available in Mammoth, and Bishop is only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I can adapt the plan based on my needs alone. I feel more freedom in exploring landscapes like the Sierra Nevada when I'm only concerned with my own experience. An exciting factor of wilderness areas with looser camping restrictions, such as the Sierra, is that the plan can be adapted based on conditions, lending it to feel truly adventuresome.
All right, after a quick 36 hours doing a reset back in civilization, I am back out, headed towards the backcountry for 2 to 3 nights. I'll explain the trip plan a little bit later, but I started up in Mammoth still camping this morning. I really needed to spend as much time as I could with cell signal and data to get online work done. So I was able to get all of that done, but it was a real hustle yesterday. Drove down to Bishop for a resupply. I'm headed out of South Lake towards Bishop Pass. It's gonna be a good trip. I'm excited. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's something I love about the Sierra. You can just turn a corner and then all of a sudden be met with something more beautiful than you could have ever imagined. I'm coming up to Long Lake now. I'm about 2.2 miles into the hike. I am gonna take a short break at Long Lake.
About 2.25 miles in, I still got a bit more hiking to do today. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to pull out the map and show you what my intended plan is for this trip. For this trip, I'm using the Tom Harrison Bishop Pass North Lake South Lake Loop map. We started out here at South Lake and we've come up here all the way up here to Long Lake. As we leave Long Lake this early afternoon, my plan is to head up either to Saddle Rock Lake or Bishop Lake for the night. That will position me well for Bishop Pass in the morning, which the plan is to go up over Bishop Pass. Then the plan is to go down into Doozy Basin right here for the next night, to go back up over Bishop Pass and then come back out. Possibly spending a third night in this maybe Chocolate Lakes area or just heading out that day. Kind of gonna depend on how I feel. We shall see how it all plays out, but I have to say right now, yeah, I've only gone 2.25 miles, but I am at nearly 10,000 feet, or I guess I've reached that point now, and I'm feeling really good. I feel like my body is finally understanding what I want it to do, and it's able to perform. It's like, oh, you want trail legs? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I've been asking for. But really, it's just I've been taking care of myself better, but yeah, it feels awesome. Let's get going.
Goodbye, Long Lake. Oh, we'll be back at a lake soon. Even coming around to the far end of Long Lake, the crowds definitely dispersed. And by crowds, I mean, you know, 1 or 2 people sitting there every 100 meters or so. Definitely anticipating a much greater sense of solitude the further back I go, and probably even more so tomorrow when I go up over Bishop Pass. This will be the first pass that I've crossed in the Eastern Sierra in a few years. I'm pretty excited about it. It's definitely one of the easier ones. There are some passes that come out of the Eastern Sierra, 3,000 foot climb. Even some that are 6,000 feet plus. Those trails are far less frequented than the others. If anybody ever asks you if you want to climb over Baxter Pass, just say no.
Well, I've reached the snow line in mid-July. That feels significant.
I'm up at Timberline Tarns now, and it's beautiful. I'm stopping for a little lunch. I've got these chicken bites. I got that at the dollar store. And then some vinegar and salt pistachios. Something salty and some protein. I really should have stopped for lunch a while ago. It's already past 2 o'clock, but oh well. It's lunchtime for the fish too. I really only have like 2/10 of a mile before I get to where I think I'm gonna camp. So let's go.
The start of something new. We feel the expectation, a new day waiting.
Marmot.
Sky full of light breaking through. We feel our hearts exploding, our story unfolding. As we chase the morning sun, here and now, we've only just begun.
I might have to fight some mosquitoes as I'm talking to you. Oh, the wind is back. Mosquitoes, be gone. This is probably one of my all-time favorite, no, this is definitely my all-time favorite landscape. These jagged granite peaks with the snow hugging them, mid-July, aqua, lake, alpine meadow, wide open spaces, quiet. I just hear pika and marmots squeaking. I hear fish jumping out of the water, the wind, and birds. And somewhere over there, there's a waterfall or an inlet. I hope the rugged beauty and just the awe-inspiring nature of this place is really translated because it's incredible. Like, I'm looking at a 13,000 plus foot peak there. This one over here is nearly 14,000 feet, and there's a whole series behind them that exceed 14,000 feet. It's a subrange called the Palisades. I'm just awestruck, and I feel so lucky to be out here and experiencing it. And I get the question often about why I go alone, why I go backpacking alone. But isn't it dangerous? I don't want to talk about whether or not it's dangerous. I just want to answer the question why I go alone, and it's quite simply because if I'm willing to go alone, I get to go far more often than if I'm waiting for someone else. When I started backpacking, I quickly discovered that because my schedule didn't align with other people's schedules. So by being willing to be brave enough to go alone and to do the work of learning what I needed to learn to feel confident enough to face it, I've opened up a world of opportunity for myself. And I get to experience places like this more often. Very beautiful here. I slept in until like 9:15 is when I actually started moving around and doing things. That's wild. I slept really well last night. It was colder than any of the other trips that I've done recently, which was welcomed. I like to sleep cold. Anyway, I'm so hungry, so I'm gonna make breakfast. I've got the Mountain House granola with milk and blueberries. I'm going to split it in half because this is 2 servings. So I'm going to put half of it in a Ziploc and hydrate it. And then the other half will be for tomorrow morning. I have got to climb this wall today. Well, let me show you more specifically. It's this. It's what's behind that. I You can't tell on camera, but there's layers. You'll find out. Anyway, it's really not that bad. It's only a mile and a half with about 800 feet of elevation gain. That'll get me to Bishop Pass. Bishop Pass is significant because it is part of the
Glacier Divide. The Glacial Divide marks the boundary from the John Muir Wilderness to Kings Canyon National Park. And that is why I have my bear canister, because the national park requires a hard-sided bear canister for their bear-resistant container. At least that's the best I could understand without being able to talk to an actual ranger. Hydrated. Okay, so what's the goal for once we get over the pass today? The idea is to drop down about 1 mile of kind of significant elevation loss, get down to about 11,400 feet, actually a bit below that, and I'm going to come into an area called Doozy Basin. What I'm envisioning Doozy Basin will look like is alpine environment, so no trees, maybe some bushes, but I'm thinking it's just going to be a granite bowl with some lakes. And that's going to probably put my mileage today at under 3 miles. So I am taking a leisurely morning on purpose. I'm not sure that I'm going to actually stay the night there. I might adapt my plan just based on what the environment is looking like, feeling like, and how amenable it is to actually setting up a tent. So we have some questions. I've just come to realize that in the past week, I've spent more time with trout than I have with people. They're my friends. It's called the graveyard. Look at all these bones. There, all the way up there. We're gonna keep moving. I'll admit, the character building that comes with collaboration is a part of the experience I am sacrificing. Finding a good hiking partner who has similar risk tolerance, adequate patience, and a skill set to contribute input is hard.
almost as hard as being that for someone else. So in some ways, I'm taking the easy way out by going it alone. All right, I'm down in Doozy Basin and I'm searching for a camp right now. I'm past several sites, however, I want one that meets my criteria. First of all, I want to be up over here. I want these views of the backside of the Palisades behind me. I want something already established, so following leave no trace principles, preferably where I can stake in, flat, and I want easy access to a swimmable part of this lake. Swimmable, but like there's a site right back here that meets most of those criteria. However, it is actually way too close to the water to follow leave no trace principles. So I'm searching back over here to hopefully find the right home for me tonight. Well, I found a great campsite. I set up camp. I went for a swim, and now I'm making an early dinner. I'm going to try to get some more calories in today, so I'm going to do an early dinner and then try to eat like a bar closer to bedtime. So today felt easy. That leads me to wonder, could I have hiked all the way here yesterday? Could I have made it in one day? And I think the answer to that is yes. But it's not looking at the bigger picture. I would have been totally spent of energy. I still have to scout a campsite. I have to set up the tent. I have to filter water, cook dinner, store all the things, set up everything inside the tent. There's a whole list of camp chores that have to occur once one actually gets to camp. It's not like you just pull up and you're done. And in the past, I've been guilty of sort of just setting up my tent and kind of going to bed and not taking care of all of my chores and making sure I'm drinking enough water and eating enough food. And when you're doing a multi-day trip, that is a recipe for disaster. So I think it was a good decision to take 2 days to get here, even though today was very easy. But also, I kind of like having easy days because I really like making these videos. I am super passionate about my backpacking videos, and it does take extra energy. So when I expend too much energy in one day hiking and I'm not able to put the time, focus, or energy into creating the kind of video that I want, that's kind of frustrating for me. And that's also part of the reason why I've really come to enjoy backpacking alone, because I can really focus on filming and creating the video that I want to. For me, filming the landscapes is an act of reverence, a quiet devotion to its beauty. It's how I offer my gratitude, how I celebrate the wonder before me. And though I'm never opposed to company on the trail, there is something exquisitely intimate about these moments of deep connection, just me and the land in perfect, silent harmony. At times it feels like pure magic, as if the earth is whispering secrets meant only for me.
I'm all ready for bed, and here I realized I didn't even say goodnight. So, good night. I'll see you in the morning. I'm up early. I'm actually going to hike out today. It's going to be kind of a long backpacking day for me, but I think I can do it. I just got to get back up over the pass, down the rocky part of the other side of the pass, and it should be pretty easy hiking from there. The reason I've made this decision is because I'm actually headed out on another 2-day trip on Friday. That one I won't be alone for. And today is currently Wednesday. So if I hike out today, then I'll have all day Thursday to take care of everything I need before I head in again on Friday. Also, my phone, which is also my camera, is low battery, and my battery bank is empty. So we are not going to film the way out because I need to preserve the little bit of battery I have left. But I want to thank you for watching, for joining me on this trip, and I'll hope to catch you on the next one. Take care.